We started Mano really in response to this tremendous need that we were seeing in Bolivia. It started with a handful of instruments that was given to me by Dr. John Foxon in the United States, and I brought that and delivered that to my brother, who was a pediatrician working for a nonprofit organization here in Bolivia. And really from that, it expanded. We have a main core of individuals that are trained to implement the programs that we have, and we're working through 3 separate organizations of the Mano Bolivia, really focusing in the area of health and education, Mano Nuevo Mundo, working and building infrastructure to improve economic development. And then Mano Aviation, providing air transport and responding to emergencies. San Lorenzo is pretty isolated from the main cities with almost no infrastructure of roads or any other means of transportation. Really, the only means of transportation that they have is canoe trips on very, very large rivers that are very dangerous to navigate. People are unable to get out of their community, especially during the rainy season. The Mano Aviation people have responded into these areas with many types of needs: flying food, clothing, even fuel for generators to provide light during difficult times. People are very eager to express their appreciation for the work that Mano is doing in their communities. Senora Saavedra heard that Mano personnel had arrived in their community. She wanted to personally thank Mano for responding to her request of airlifting her when she was sick with diverticulitis, when she was hospitalized for 22 days, she said. Aviation is the only link for those communities and to reach medical help or to be able to purchase products that they need. Laguna Sulti is located in the valley of Cochabamba, and 40-50 years ago, this region of the valley was known as the breadbasket. But unfortunately, over the past 40 years, the amount of water that this region received was less and less, to the point where some of the products, like potatoes, for example, were no longer able to grow. As a result of that, Mano Nuevo Mundo personnel have met with engineers from the municipality and community members and have designed a project that would collect, retain the rainwaters, and farmers can actually use this rainwater to then irrigate their fields. Farmers this past season were able to literally double the production of their crops. Those communities without water and the communities that are already receiving benefits from the water are asking to assist them and to expand the capacity of their water project. Mano is looking for funding to be able to do that, and we're expecting that once the project is completed, the volume of water stored in this reservoir will double in volume. As we visited with the elders at the water project site, an elder from the area approached us to personally thank us for the impact that water has in their community. Also, a very young child approached us and thanked us for the project, for the water. He said, "We need the water to drink and to irrigate their fields so they can produce crops." Education becomes really important for these rural residents because they know that the only way that they're going to overcome all the barriers they have is if they train or prepare their children with level of education that they can really better compete in the world. And what I saw was 4 walls, no floor, chicken wire for the windows, no door. You could barely see the difference between the walls and the blackboard. In response to that need, Mano started building schools. In the community of Ikuchi, Mano built 4 classrooms and 2 modules or 4 housing units for teachers to live in. In the communities where Mano has built schools, we have seen that right away the attendance will increase, double and triple. The community of Ikuchi, we visited the school, and just a couple of miles above that there's a very beautiful natural ravine where residents many years back had built a small levee with pick and shovel. Unfortunately, that levee gave out, really literally washing down a mountain. So later on, the community of Ikuchi asked Mano to help them not only improve that levee, but actually expand that levee. And so that's what we did, and we were so pleased today we were present for the dedication of that water project. It will make it possible for now about 600 families to be able to have irrigation water from that reservoir so that they can irrigate their fields and produce more crops and better crops to be able to care for their children. To date, Mano has built 131 medical clinics, some facilities that will house a doctor, but to large facilities that are actually hospitals that have 3, 4, 5 doctors and 37-bed hospitals. The clinics that Mano builds are located throughout Bolivia. Patients line up basically to get an appointment 4 a.m. and with the first appointment being at 7 a.m. Today we drove toward the west from Cochabamba going toward the Oruro. Our destination was the village of Hironcota, where Mano is building a medical clinic. The existing medical facility that they have is very small and not in very good condition. They designed a much larger, more beautiful and more adequate facility. We were invited to see a house, a typical house in the village of Hironcota. But we reached the house and we came upon these 2 very simple structures. One of the structures is used for kitchen purposes, and the owner mentioned that roofs, it was kind of falling down. They were very concerned. They couldn't find any more of the straw with which to replace the thatch roof, but he mentioned that it was leaking. Their bedroom was in a little better condition, but again, very small, I would say humble. But really, I think we would say very much unacceptable and inadequate for safe living. The hope is that maybe Mano could respond to improve some of these structures.